Ashutosh, what do you make of the current scenario playing out in the state of Chhattisgarh? First phase over. However, the corruption charge rife right now, where the BJP is, spinning that narrative. Do you reckon the 70 seats, they could make it count?
I don't think so. My opinion is very simple and straight. The fact of the matter is that these tamashas, these gimmicks are done on the eve of the elections. And the voter do understand that this is just to impact voters and to change their mind. But the fact of the matter is that Chhattisgarh Congress at least have an edge in terms of having a very strong leadership. Bhupesh Baghel has emerged as a good prospect for the future nationally, and in Chhattisgarh, I think he has a connect with people. And in the last 4 and 5 years, if you look at the BJP was absolutely nowhere to be seen. And in the last minute, they somehow tried to resurrect Raman Singh. That exposes that BJP is vulnerable, BJP is weak in Chhattisgarh. And to compensate their weakness, this Mahadev app and the corruption charges are made out. But the fact of the matter is that I think we all should think about it, that whether the Prime Minister using the word Mahadev, is it a violation of code of conduct or not? Because right. Mahadev, in the context which is used here, has a religious connotation. Will Election Commission take cognizance of this? I'm not sure.
I want to bring in Jayanto Ghoshal into this conversation. Jayanto Ghoshal, the Prime Minister today's rally, once again took a direct swipe at the Chhattisgarh government, where he said that there is an attempt to foster an atmosphere of gambling. Do you see that stick, especially as now we bolster into the 70-seat contest in the state of Chhattisgarh, and traditionally urban seats, possibly the narrative set by the BJP resonating?
Priti, this Chhattisgarh election has become more interesting as a journalist, because all the surveys, as Ashutosh, I agree with Ashutosh, that in Chhattisgarh now BJP is weak. And all the surveys, those surveys were saying that the Chief Minister can retain the power again for another term. And I appreciate the brand equity of the man. Earlier, who will be the Chief Minister, rotating Chief Minister, different issues were there. And now it is not Rahul Gandhi, but it is the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh has become the brand equity. But this Bhashtachar, this corruption issue, there is no full stop in electoral politics in our country. We have to admit one fact, that Mr. Modi consistently, it's a strategy to make the corruption, it's a national pan-Indian issue, and that's why he said it in the Red Fort speech of 15th August long back. So before 2024, in every state, whether people will accept it or not, that election result will say, but you cannot ignore the allegation of the person who is saying that I have given the money. And whether people will believe it or not, the brand equity of Baghel and the Modiji's campaign capability, brand equity of Mr. Modi, now it is a litmus test is the election. And you have to admit one fact, for the last 10 years, be that as it may, there is no major corruption issue what opposition has raised against Narendra Modi personally or any cabinet minister. So 2G spectrum case I have seen in the last 10 years of Congress, and that time what happened, not only policy paralysis, but corruption was the main issue. BJP was also victim in Karnataka. So irrespective of party line, in our country, Bofors was a major issue. I don't want to go to history, but you have to accept that there is a twist in Chhattisgarh in the last leg of the election campaign, and Bhashtachar, you have to,
many are saying that, many,
allegation.
right.